FlossTube. Welcome to my channel, Stitching is Elementary. My name is Kara Lee, and this is FlossTube number 43, I think. I just checked 2 seconds ago on my phone. You'd think I would remember. 43, yeah, okay. So hopefully I'm looking at you, not like over there. For some reason with my iPad today, and I noticed it before, I feel like I'm looking like to the right. So anyway, if I am, sorry, I'll try to look at you. So it has been a long time since my last update video. Over a month. I'm not sure exactly how long. I have no excuse other than I'm lazy. I just wasn't getting around to doing it. So this week I'm on midwinter break, and we went to California to visit my son Isaac. He lives in Costa Mesa, California. I was saying it wrong. I was saying Costa Mesa, and he kept correcting me because it's not phonetic as Costa. It should be Costa if it's following phonics rules. But anyway, that's the teacher in me. So yeah, we had a really good time. It was cool. It was not as cold as it is now, but it was like low 40s, high 60s, up to 70 a little bit, and very windy when we were there. But now I guess he isn't getting snow, but people north of him are getting snow. This is going to bother me, just looking that way. And so anyway, it's cool. And his friend came in to visit on Friday, and I feel bad because he's there when it's really cold. But anyway, it's a beautiful area. His apartment complex is gorgeous. I got to see, where he works, and my husband and him went on some motorcycle rides, so it was very nice. Excuse my boring backdrop here. I am up in my new library / office. My husband is making me these big, gorgeous wooden bookcases. I'm looking this way because 2 of them are done on this wall. He's making them out of, I think, white oak of some kind. Anyway, and I'm going to be really bad and paint them. But so there will be more wall-to-wall bookcases behind me, and then over on this wall to my desk. And my desk is like right here next to the camera. So I painted a sample today. I'm really excited. I'm going to have the bookcases be this like deep, deep blue. And then I got this new chair, reading chair, and so I think they look cool together. And I have a picture painting over here that kind of has all these colors in it that I pulled from to decide what to do. So I'm excited it's starting to come together. I've been planning this for a long time, and his gift to me for Christmas was making the bookcases, but it takes a long time to do it. So, because he has to push all his woodworking equipment outside because they're so big to cut everything out. So if it's raining or whatever, he can't do it. So the 2 are done, and then he's working on all the ones for right here. So I'm excited. So anyway, this will eventually look a lot cooler behind me. Okay, so I don't have as many finishes as I should for how long it's been, but I do have some finishes, not fully finishes, because I've been lazy about that as well. And I have a zillion whips and some plans and some haul. So last I saw you, I was talking about no spend January. I was trying not to spend a lot in January, and I did pretty good until the end of January. I did spend a little bit, but much less than normal. But since then, I've still been trying to be good, but I haven't been as good as I should be. So anyway, so let's get started. So there will be haul. Okay, trying to think what to show first. What in there? All right, I put some stuff in the wrong one. But okay, so I'm continuing to work on my calendar crates. I never finished them all. So I finished January, and I had shown that. I finished February, but I never got it fully finished and up. So January is still up. So that's February calendar crates, and I'm pretty sure I didn't show that last time because I finished it right like on February 1st. So that's done. I need to fully finish for next year. And then what I'm thinking of doing, and this is kind of skipping way ahead to plans, but I see I put it in here. So the next one is March, which I love. I have it kitted up with the floss. But I know I'm not going to get this done in time to put up for March because these take me forever to do. So I think what I'm going to do is just start the May one. I really want to get this one done because it's just a quilt one. So I can leave this up for all the months that I don't have done. So I think my plan is to start this one next. I mean, I might start them both, but try to get this one done first so that it can be up, because I have it on that display in my hallway. So like right now it's still January, it's still snow stuff up, and all our stuff is starting to bloom because the weather's gotten warm. So I want to be able to not be pressured to have that month done. So if I have this one done, I can just leave it up for whenever I don't have the rest done. So that's the plan. Okay. And then, well, I had finished this little Bless You roundabout from Stitching with the Housewives. I got the other ones, but I never got to them. I was going to do a Valentine's Day tree, and I even got little ornaments and stuff next year. Didn't get to putting that up. In fact, the tree was one of my Christmas trees. I still didn't put it away because I was going to put it up for Valentine's Day and maybe keep it up for holidays, but it just didn't happen. Okay, so my next finish was Farm Fresh by Cherry Hill Stitchery. I just love this one. This is one that I saw and I purchased and I started right away because I could totally see this in my kitchen. So I did it on 28 count Monaco, and I changed the red to blue. And I really love it. This is the blue that's in my kitchen. One of the shades at least. There's a darker blue too. And then I changed, actually I guess the called fors are like taupey colors. And I changed them to gray also. So really cute. So, but then I had posted on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I am Stitching is Elementary on Instagram. All one. I posted two finishing options. One was a long rectangle wood piece from Hobby Lobby, and one was oval. And I was thinking the rectangle because it would be way easier to finish. But everybody on Instagram was like, no, you have to do the oval. And I agreed that it would look great, but I'm like, I'm not sure how to finish an oval. So it's still not finished. So I think I figured it out now, because here's the oval piece. And yes, I agree. This would look really cool in it, cut into an oval. But I want to have an oval mat and then an oval for this. So I looked up online and they showed like putting a piece of paper in here and, tracing it to make it this size. And then you make like lines, like a cross down the middle, and this kind of make lines to connect it to make it the size. So on a piece of paper, make it the size you want, and then I can cut it down. That didn't really make sense, but I looked up a way to do it online. So I'm going to try to make, two oval mats to fit in here. I'm just kind of afraid to do it. So, and then I'm not sure how I'm going to cut it out. So it's neat because I have a circle cutter, but not an oval cutter. So I don't know, but I will figure it out eventually. But that has stalled me. That would have been done if I had used the rectangle one. But the oval will look really, really cool when it's done. Okay, and then right before we went away, I was getting on Valentine's Day, which is always what happens to me. Like right when we get to the holiday or the day before the holiday, I'm ready for the next holiday. So I was in the mood to do St. Patrick's Day. So I pulled out from last year. I had gotten this from Stitching with, I've been doing a lot of Stitching with the Housewives lately. Look of the Irish, just so cute. I don't know why. I love St. Patrick's Day stuff. I love everything Celtic and Irish and Scottish and all that, English. Even though that's not Celtic, but anyway, I love all things Celtic. So, I just love St. Patrick's Day. And am I Irish? A teeny bit. I am 60% Eastern European, which didn't surprise me because my grandfather is from Austria, we believe, and my grandmother was from Slovakia. So that's not surprising. So when I did that ancestry, or I did some DNA thing, I can't remember which one it was. And I was 60% Eastern European and 40%, I guess, Scot-Irish, that's what they said. So, and like my mother's maiden name is Hosley, and that was Scot-Irish. So anyway, I don't know, but I love all things Irish. So there it is, finished. I think it's so cute. This is blueberry, 28 count fiber on a whim. Yeah, really pretty blue, and I love it with that green color. I don't know if I used, I don't think I used no, I didn't use, because I used DMCs for this. So here are my DMCs. What a mess. The green I used, it's mostly the light green. Okay, so all of this is the light green except for just those little stitches right there around like the clover. That's what that is on the hot. So I used 704 and the dark green, which are just the accents, I used 702. So those are my two greens. And then I just picked rainbow colors. I used this blue, which is 791, because it's just like a nice coordinating shade with fabric. And then I just picked a primary orange, purple, and red and yellow. There's a yellow also. And it's a mess because I didn't put enough rings. So those are my flosses. But I really like this. I'm just gonna make it into a little pillow for a dough bowl. So it's my only Irish one. I need to make some more. So I was looking. Cherry Hill Stitchery has a really cute one. I joined her subscriber group on Facebook. It's like $9.99 a month, which I was like, but I do love her stuff. So of course she comes out with this cute little leprechaun and like a cup, but it's not part of that. It's on her website. You have to pay for it. So I'm like, okay, I need to finish some things, and then if I do, I will get it because it's really cute. Okay, so that's all my finishes. Now whips. These whips are in no particular order. I'm just gonna pull out. So that's part of what keeps me from doing the videos, is like having to plan everything out. You know, I don't know, I just don't feel like it. So this whip I just pulled up today. This is an old whip. I started this quite a few years ago. I mean, I've only been stitching for 3 or 4 years. I was thinking about that. I don't really remember how long I've been stitching. It was right before the pandemic. I don't know if it was a year before or 2 years, I'm not sure. Anyway, I haven't been stitching that long. But this is when I had started, and I had a hard time following this pattern, and it was on black, and it was back when I didn't have my bifocal. So anyway, I put it away and didn't work on it. But I just think it's so cute. I love all these ones. I don't know, I struggle with stitching. So I also changed my fabric. I was stitching on black, and I decided I wanted to change the fabric, so I changed it to gingham, tin roof, maybe tin roof. Does it say on here? No. Weeks gingham. It's this gray. I want to say it's called tin roof, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I restarted, and it's going much better than the first time. I kept having a hard time following this pattern the first time, and I think it was just because I was new, and there's a lot of it's just all kind of really close together, and the color changes are close together, and there's a lot of them. I don't know, I was just having trouble. So I restarted it, and it's going well. I think it's so cute. The little bunny head. So cute. So I am using called for-ish colors. My colors. And there's also needs to be a really tealy, which is not in there because I stole it for something else. So I need to put it back. I don't know if I'll get that done this year or not. And then another stitching with the housewives. I told you, I've been doing a lot of that lately. I'm still working on my home is where the wreath is, but I got a lot. This is great for when I'm traveling, because I can just stitch without having to think. So I took this to California with me. It's in my little So Much to Love bags. I love her bags. And I was working on, I am just doing DMC, the really bright white, I forget what they call it, 5200. Anyway, I'm doing DMC bright white. And I have the E done. And I'm working on the M. So I'm almost done with the M. I've been working on this like crazy. I worked on the airplane some. Oh, the airplane. Oh my gosh. So we took American Airlines. I normally fly Delta. And I swear Delta has a little bit more room, but Delta was really expensive, and they only had a nonstop flight there, and it was like $600 or something a piece. So we went American, and it just was super squishy. So on two of the, like we had a layover, what to call it. So we had 2 flights there and back. And on one of each of those, I got the seats by the emergency exit where you have so much more room. But otherwise, if you're a guy, like for me, it wasn't that bad. And my husband was pretty squished. And on the way out there, this poor old man was sitting next to me. And the girl in front of him was in the seats with the more open leg room by the emergency exits. And she was a stewardess, or flight attendant, that is was going on her way home, so she wasn't actually working on that flight. And she kept pushing her seat back into him and like going like this, and it would bang his poor knees because his knees were stuck up right against the seat. It's ridiculous how little room they have and how inconsiderate sometimes the people in front of you are. Like there was a boy behind me who was a really tall boy. He looked like a basketball player, and I know I have one of those, and I don't know how he flies. So I was not putting my seat back. I mean, it's only back a teeny bit anyway, but it squishes them more. So I mean, you got to be considerate if you're flying. Think about the people behind you and what you're doing, because it kept bumping his tray. I was so afraid. I was trying to stitch, and I was afraid it was going to knock his coffee all over onto me because she was really being ridiculous. So anyway, I was not thrilled with American Airlines, although the flights home were better, but still super, super squishy. Anyhow, so I worked on this for a little bit, but then I put it away because I was afraid I was going to get coffee spilled on it. So I still have to do, I have the H outlined, so I got to fill in that. Just feels like it's going to take forever. And then I need to do this one. And then once I have all those done and all this put together, I'll start the holiday ones, which they've come out with more. I think they came out with like seasonal ones, which are really cool. So anyway, but it's getting there. And I keep thinking I had thought of this idea, but I was like, no, I want to stitch them, but where you just get the wood letters this size and like paint them, or you could even do decorative paper on them if you didn't want to stitch all that, and just make sure it's the size that it will fit, you know. So take, you know, well, I guess if it's not stitched, you can't take it with you, but figure out what your size would be, and then, you know, get the letters that are going to fit that, because you would still stitch this middle one. So I guess you could do that first and then go find letters that match up with it. So I saw somebody do that before I ever started this. And then someone else mentioned it recently, and that's a great idea. And I keep thinking about that, but I'm going to do them stitched. Okay. There's that. I'm trying to put these back in my basket so I don't have stuff. I already have stuff laying, but so I don't have stuff laying everywhere. Okay, and then this one I saw, hold on, let me look it up. Someone on Instagram doing Crazy Band Lady Stitches. That's who I saw doing it. What is how do you say your first name? I think it's Zan. I think that's how you say her first name. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. It's a really cool name. I'm trying to find her on my Instagram. I think it's Xan. And I'm never totally sure. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. She had been doing this. Sorry. So she had been doing this, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went and Googled and tried to find it. And I was able to find it from the people who made the chart. So it's by the Needle Love Company, and it is Feed the Birds. And it's a really old chart apparently, but they still sell it on their website, or they did when I found it like a couple months ago. And then they sent me a free one, which I'll show you when I go into my haul. Also the Sunflower Harvest, which was cool for sunflower time for August. But I started Feed the Birds. And it's, you know, it's not going to take long. I mean, I didn't work on it very long, but, you know, it's just those words and then a few birds here and there. And someone on Instagram had asked me if there's any over one. On the birds, like down around the bottom on those cardinal, there was a teeny bit of over one, like maybe 2 stitches, not much at all. I am doing this on Color and Cotton Rain Washed, and it calls for DMC, right? It gives you DMC, Anchor, or J&P coats. That's how old this is. So I pulled, I looked at my DMC color card and I pulled hand dyes that were similar. And I have a lot of Victorian Motto, and there's a lot of floss on those. So I tried to pull Victorian Motto if I could, since I don't really get hers that much anymore. I wanted to kind of try to use them up. So I pulled those. So here's what I have so far. It's so cute. Look at that little card now. Oh, did I say what this is? I looked at it. 36 count rain washed by Color and Cotton. This was part of my Fabric of the Month club, so I don't know if you can just buy this from them or not. But yeah, I think it's really cute. And I'm actually gonna hold up the bag and show you because these are also not on a ring. I just pulled all kinds of flosses to match. I think there's some DMC in there, some Color and Cotton, some Victorian Motto, just whatever looked like it matched. So yeah, bird watcher. So when I'm done with that, then I'll do I started Feed the Birds, I'll do the bird watcher. Because we do a lot of bird watching here. We have a ton of different birds in our backyard, especially cardinals, but lots of different ones. And my husband loves loves feeding them. Anyway, we have 2 bird feeders on our back porch, and one of them is actually, maybe both of them are. I had got special like squirrel proof ones because the squirrels were constantly up there eating everything, and they work really well. But a couple weeks ago, right before we left, he was filling it, and like the next day it would be empty. And we're like, well, at first we thought that some little bird, I never know the names of any birds, but the rest of my family does. But they will go in and pick out what they want and drop everything else. And at first I'm like, well, that would be a lot, but did they maybe, get everything out of the bird feeder, empty it, doing that? And then I thought, well, that's too much. So my husband hooked up a camera, and we found out that we have a raccoon. So we saw on the camera this around 2 or 3 in the morning, this raccoon comes up and takes the whole bird feeder and just shakes the living daylights out of it. It was so funny. So every morning it was like emptied. So my husband came up with some plan to try to stop him. I don't remember what it was, but anyhow, it was funny. Okay. And then for Valentine's Day, I started the Tiny Town. I have the Christmas one and I have the Halloween one, so I would like to do them all. So Big Hearted Tiny Town, and Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, and I think somebody else was doing a stitch along for this. So I decided to join in, and I did pick my own colors, and I'm doing this on 32 count taupe Lugana, or light taupe maybe it is. I think I got it from Primrose Cottage. So there's my progress. You can see my colors are a little different. So really the most different one is this house. See on here, it's like a light peach. Here it's a really bright pink. I got the variegated Color and Cotton pinks floss, so a lot of this I used Color and Cotton for. Let's see here. Yeah, here are my flosses for the Tiny Town. So I'm using Classic Colorworks Cherry Tomato, which I do think that's one that's called for. Color and Cotton Bold Rose is my dark red. And then Drift Druid is the lighter brown. And then Medium Rose, Soft Rose, and these were all in the Color and Cotton variegated pink pack. And then for that bright one, I'm using Weeks Dye Works Strawberry Fields. Isn't that pretty? Love that. And then there's a dark brown that is Weeks Dye Works. I'm using, I don't know how to say that. I'll show you. I don't know how to say it. And then I have cocoa too. I don't know if there's 3 browns. I might have just picked both those dark browns. Oh no, there is a lighter brown. Okay, so there's cocoa, which is kind of a medium brown. And then hibiscus is one that was called for, Weeks Dye Works Hibiscus. A lot of pinks and reds in this one. And then for the white, I'm using Color and Cotton Old Lace. I'm really loving Color and Cotton. I ordered a few variegated thread packs. I got the blue and the pink, and I think a purple. And then I'm in their Floss of the Month Club as well. So yeah. All right. That is in another So Much to Love bag. These are the 2 I have from her. Really cute. Okay, and then what is this? Oh. Okay, I guess I'll show this now. So I was watching Contented Stitcher Kim Goldman. She has a FlossTube channel, which I'm sure you know if you're into samplers. And she showed this. I was crazy for starting this. She showed Louisa Barney 1892, and she's working along the bottom, but she was doing it with DMC on a piece of lakeside linens that I happen to have a yard of this exact same one she was doing it on. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've been saving this linen. I'm like, didn't know what I was going to do with it. I'm like, that's what I need to do with it. Cedar plank, I think it's cedar plank. Lakeside linens, 36 count cedar plank. I just had this giant yard just sitting around. I mean, how could I not start it? But I mean, you know, I already started the other, how do you say it? Reflets de soie. I always pronounce that wrong, I'm sure. But, you know, I took French in high school. You wouldn't know. I should know how to say that. But the one with the roses all around the border, which I love, which I can't remember the name of right now. Heloise. And all I have is like one section of roses done. So, and this thing is like giant. It is, let me see how big. It's a printout. I got a PDF of it because I wanted to start it right away. I'm trying to find the size, but it's really big. Okay, no, 424 by 348. Lots of colors. And real quick, I'll show you. I made a copy of it, and what I do is I use a pen and I highlight the areas I've done. So yeah, or you can, I also have on my iPad GoodNotes, but I haven't gotten into the habit of using that. I've always done this. So I need to get in the habit of using that more, but you can highlight on GoodNotes. So you take a picture of the pattern and you kind of push it up, blow it up, and you can highlight on there as well. So that's another good way to keep it. But yeah, so I got all the DMC and I started this and I was loving it, but then I put it aside to work on something else. And this teeny bit that I have started felt like it took forever. Let's see, so I always start in the top left, which is what I did again. So I just worked on this leaf area and there's this little purple flower right there. Oops. And that's what I have done. I mean, it's gonna take up, here's the whole piece of fabric. Oh, here we go. So the orange at the top. So here's my progress. But I mean, it's gonna take up like this whole thing when it's done, if it's ever done. Well, it's gonna be gorgeous though. That and Heloise, if I ever get them done, will be beautiful. So yes, I started that. And I did not want to put it down, but you know, you gotta move on to other things. Once again, not a ring. There's tons of DMC. Here's all the DMC. I had really wanted to order the Victoria Clayton pack for it, but I was like, there's a good way to save money. Just use the DMC. I mean, the silk floss is really nice, but it's not a huge difference for the difference in price. Okay, so that was my sampler. So I have 2 samplers I've been working on. That was one of them. Oh, and then I also started another huge start. So we have around here I'll talk about both these now. A Hawk Run Hollow club like of stitchers that meets up, and I've only gone once about a year ago. But they were meeting again well, they meet like the 18th-ish, like the 3rd Saturday of every month. So I was gonna go in January, but I didn't want to stitch, the only Hawk Run I had started, you have to stitch on Hawk Run hollows until you finish one, and then you can stitch on whatever you want. So the only one I had ever started was Halloween, but I wasn't sure I wanted to keep going. I had that, I don't know if you've been watching me for a while, I had that bright purple hand-dyed by Stephanie fabric that I had specially hand-dyed for it. But I kept first of all, it was 32 count. And now that I can stitch on the higher counts, I'm like, well, it's such a huge piece. Wouldn't it be nice to have it on a higher count? And then I just couldn't decide. Like when I saw, I copied a person off of Instagram that did it with purple, and I love bright purple for Halloween. But I kept thinking, you know, that's so much stitching on that. Do I really want that all bright purple? So I was going back and forth, back and forth. I thought, you know, like a blue with some splotches in it, I would like. I didn't think I really wanted to do tan. So, and I also just wanted it on higher count fabric. So I'm going to restart it. So needless to say, I didn't want to go and stitch on that because I wanted to change the fabric I was using. So I started, and I've been wanting to start this one, Map of Hawk Run Hollow. We have a ton of hawks around here. I think they're red-tailed hawks, like I said. I never know the names of things, but they're all over. Like one day I was leaving for work, I might have told you this, and one was sitting on my neighbor's mailbox, just sitting there, all stately like. I think he was getting ready to, you know, hunt. But anyway, so I wanted to do this one. So I made a little start on that. I didn't end up getting to go to my group because my father-in-law ended up going to the hospital and we had to go see him and all this stuff. But someday I will get back there again. And this is my teeny weeny start. So I started always in the top left, and I just was doing this black right here of him. And that's all I have done. Trying to show you the right way. Yeah, I think it's this way. Set upside down. Yeah, that's right. So there it is. That is forming the top of the hawk. And I am doing this on, let's see if I have it in here because I don't remember, of course. No. I don't remember what this is. I think this is a color and cotton one too. I have it written down, so if you want to know, I can tell you, but you know, it's just a beige. And here are my flosses. Some of them, they're not all on, it's all DMC, but they're not all on floss rings yet. I need to order more of these. These are when we were exchanging floss cards a while ago. I had ordered a bunch of these and I've almost used them up now, and I really like them. They're cute. I like how I can punch the holes in them really easily. But here, you know, hawk runs always take a lot of floss, so that's all the floss for that. So another long-term project. I'm like this with quilting though. I love the big projects. And I seem to be the same with cross stitch. I love the big projects. And quilts, I never want to make a little quilt. I keep trying to get myself to. Especially for in here, I have a Kim Deal Simple Whatnots club that I belong to every year. So I've got tons, and it's all like little quilts. And you get the whole kit for the little quilt. And I have tons of them. So I need to start making those. Anyway, I always seem to want to make a giant quilt. Okay, so like I said, I had started Hawk on Hollow Halloween. If you've watched me for any length of time, you know that I'm a Halloween nut. And so this is the fabric. I ordered 2 more from Fabrics by Stephanie because I did want some kind of a really cool hand-dyed one for this. I ordered Changeling and I left the other one downstairs. The other one, I forget the name, but it looks more like something you would do like a fairy on. It's lighter with lots of pretty purples and greens in it. But this one, Changeling, is blue with purples and greens, and it's 40 count. So here's what the piece I got looks like. And at first I was concerned about this white down here, like would it be good with this pattern? But then I'm thinking that this is going to, or this maybe, this is going to end up around that area, and it's kind of got all that white in there. So I think it'll be good. So I'm gonna do it on that. I'm gonna restart it on Changeling, and I love the name. I think it's cool. So what's today, the 27th? So well, we don't have 30 or 31 days in February, but I might start it on the last day of February, and then on the 13th and the 30th or 31st, I'll work on it. Is the plan for right now, at least. And I'm doing all the DMC for that also, which is a boatload. Look at all that, oh my gosh. But let me show the fabric. I think that'll look good. Yeah, I think so. So anyway, not quite as obnoxious as the purple that I had, although I love that purple. And all I ever did was I just did one black square, so I can easily pull out, use that purple for some other Halloween, like smaller Halloween smalls. So yeah, so that's a plan. All right, I have more whips though. A couple more. Okay. All right, so I'm trying to get back to working on Tomato Tuesday stuff. So Annie the Proper Stitcher had started hashtag Tomatoes Tuesday, you know, because there's all these tomato patterns. So I've had 2 that I've been working on for a while. Mice in the Sewing Room by Brenda Gervais. And, well, my other one is a Sub Rosa from Etsy pattern. It is, sorry, Tomato Harvest. And I have a bunch more I want to do. I need to get these two done. Okay, so let's see here. And I kind of have all the floss for both of them on the same one. So these are all my flosses. I think I'm using called for colors, or very similar to called for this one. I'm doing it on a 32 count. I think it's a week's parchment, I think. I'm not totally sure. But there's my progress. I'm getting close to done. I think it's so cute. Oh, I just love it. So yeah, I'll make that into, I don't know, I might frame it or a little pillow. We'll see. I have to look back up. The way Annie, the proper stitcher, finished hers was really, really cute. But it was a long time ago that I saw it, so I have to look that back up. And then for my tomato harvest, I finally got the tomatoes done. I got the girl done, and I'm working on the basket, which is that looks really gray in the picture, but it's like a bluey gray. And this is on Fiber on a Whim something. I can't remember, and I love it because it has like a greenish hue to the tan. I want to say affogato, but it's not affogato. I'll have to look up what it is. But if you want to know, and there's my little tomato needle minder, which I need to put on the front of the bag, which is where it belongs. But yeah, so I'm making progress on those. So I will work on those again this Tuesday. And then in there I have my little hoop. These are my favorite hoops. And I can never remember the name of them when I'm on here. I was talking to a friend, in California, I got to meet up with a friend of mine that I've talked to on Instagram a lot, who's also a stitcher. And I got to meet her for the first time in person. Like, she's Floss Tube, so I watch her on Floss Tube, but so it was fun. But when I was talking to her, I could not remember the name of these either. Martin, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I love these hoops because they're very sturdy and they really keep the fabric nice and taut. And they're just easy. So yes, although I've been, I got the Millennium frame for like bigger samplers a while ago, a year or so ago, from England, from Needle Needs in England, but I've never been able to get the stand. And I thought it sits like right on the arms of the chair, and I thought it'd be okay, but that's a little low, I found, so I haven't been using it as much. So I went on and kind of typed in Millennium needlework frame, or frame for Millennium needlework stretcher bars. I forget what I typed in, but anyhow, a frame on Amazon came up that's only like $80 some, but it looks very similar to the Millennium frame. So I'm going to try it. It gets really good reviews. Apparently it comes with no directions to put it together, but if you're someone who knows how to put stuff together, you can do it. Most of the people said it was not hard to put together. You just had to look at the picture. Somebody said they had a really hard time, but it just depends on how good you are at that. My husband, I know, can put it together. So I'm going to try it because I really want to use that frame for bigger samplers, like for Louisa Barney. That would be perfect for it. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to order that and I'll let you know how it works. But most of the time, especially for smalls, this one's great. Okay, so that's Tomato Tuesday. Oh, it's like on the tip of my tongue, the name of that. You can find them on Amazon. I first found out about them for Punch Needle. It's just so close, they're not there. But Fat Quarter Shop also has them. Okay, here is my Stitch Folk bag, the one of two that I have. It's my favorite one. I should have my tomato stuff in this one. You know what? I never even thought about that. Maybe I'll switch it out. This has all sampler type stuff in it. And this has my new start. I started this the day we went to California because I just wanted to commemorate the trip with a start. And I've been wanting to start this Mary Amelia's Bird. And see, these are those friction pens that are erasable. And this is what I use to mark the charts. So I'll make this is a PDF, so I just mark right on here. But if it's a regular chart, paper chart, I make a copy of it. And then I use this to color in each stitch as I do it. This is Isaac's pen. I stole it from California, so I felt bad I didn't leave it for him. I didn't realize it was just in my bag. So this is from Quaint Rose Needle Arts on Etsy, and I've had it for like ready to go for a long time, and I finally started it. So I am doing it on Fiber on a Whim wheat, 36 count. And here are the flosses. Beautiful colors. I'm using all the DMC. Really, I just love these colors. I love it on this fabric. I'll first show it to you with the fabric. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and this is my progress. So this is like the tail of the bird coming down. I love this little rose vibe. It's a lot of switching colors, but oh, it's so pretty. So I've been working on this one a lot for the past week. Another one of those hoops. Yeah. And then in here also is Ellen Barber 1895, which I worked on some. Let's see if I have a few samplers in here. Nope, that's a different one. And I am using the Victorian Motto flosses for Ellen Barber. And here's my progress on that. I keep picking her up and just doing at least a few strands. I mean, if I really worked on her, I could get her done, but I said to myself I was going to work on like a different sampler every week for the week, but I've been really bad. I've been doing that bird and stitching with the housewives a lot. And then also in here, and this one I haven't worked on because I'm going to change it. This is Mary Snow. And I just don't like the red in this. As you all know, I'm not a big red person. I like pink, but I'm not really a big red person. So I thought I would love this if it was a different blue. So here's what I have done of it. And I think I might have talked about this before, but I'm going to pull out all this red and change it to a blue. Like it's not mixed in with other stuff, so it should be easy to pull out. So here and in the swan, there's that lighter blue. So in Ellen Barber, there are two darker blues that I won't use up. So I'm going to use one of those instead. I just have to try them out and see which one I like best to replace the red. And I know you're all probably screaming at me because I know most sampler stitchers love red. I do not love red. I don't know why. I never have. My parents, because I'm not now, but I was a brunette. And, you know, brunettes tend to look good in red. So my parents, like, always dressed me in red or a lot. And I don't know if that's why. I just don't love it. So anyway, I'm going to change that to blue someday. Because I wasn't going to stitch on it anymore. And I thought I might as well, if changing it to blue will make me finish it and like it, then that's what I'm going to do. All right. So I need to make more project bags. I was thinking I should designate, like I usually quilt on Saturdays. But I should designate one Saturday or Sunday a month to just making project bags and project folders. Like Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch had done a whole project folder tutorial that I wanted to make. Here comes Sadie. I thought I had the door closed, but apparently not. And also I have bought Winding Rainbows. I forget her name, but she makes project folders, but they're hard to get. So you can buy a pattern from her. So I want to do that. Oh no, they're both here now. I should have latched the door. Okay, so those are all my WIPs that I have been working on for the last month. And now I have Paul and Plans. I'm going to take it from Hazel because she's sticking her nose in it. Go lay down. Go lay down. No, don't sniff my cord. Okay, so more stitching with the housewives. I had ordered their stitching seasons and it came. So I'm sure, well, I won't show you. If you haven't seen yours yet and you don't want to see it, turn off the video. But I got this a while ago, so I'm sure everybody's gotten theirs. But it came in this cute little bag. And you get a whole bunch of stuff with it. So here's the whole little package. This is the pattern. And this is like a ladder stand from Paisley's and Polka Dots, and it's really cute. This will actually hang off these hooks here, and then you can decorate around it. So I do think I'm gonna finish it this way. I need to get that stand. And it comes with the floss. Oh wait, that's not the floss, is it? No, that's not the floss. Sorry, hold on. Here is the floss for it. So it comes with a pack of floss. No, Hazel, out. I'm afraid she's gonna knock it over. Hazel, move. Hazel, move. Go lay down. Yeah, no. Careful, honey. Yeah, there you go. Go lay down. Hi. Okay, go lay down. Yes. Wish you could see her, but she's a big dog, and I don't think she'll be up here. Okay, yeah, why don't you lay up in the pink chair? Here you go. Right here. There you go. There you go. Okay, sit. No. You gotta sit. You gotta sit. Okay. So there's the floss. And then you also get this pine board to stitch it on. And some Chelsea's checks to finish it. And this cute little keychain. So I thought that was really, really cute. So I'm in the mood to start that soon. So I have so many Stitch with the Housewives ones I want to do. All right, so that's the whole little kit for that. And then I also got my March, and this I got a while ago, but month to month. I'm in the club for that, which is super cute. I love pink tulips. So there's all the floss for that. I don't know when I'm going to get to that. I'm trying to put my calendar crates as priority since that's an old series, get that finished. And then I'll work on these like next year. I'll be a year behind on series. Are there any other Stitching with the Housewives? Let me see. Not in haul. No. Okay. So then I also got my Color and Cotton February Thread Club all colors, and they're pretty pastels. Really pretty. And this pattern I had seen on Instagram from House of Stitch and Stash. It's Rika King's first pattern she's designed, and you can order it through Instagram. It's How It Began. And I know I was watching Sweetwater Stitcher, and she also got this. I just think it's really cute. And it says, "That's how it began with us. You held out your hand and I took it." And I kind of wanted to change it. I hope I don't offend anyone. But when my husband and I met, he was in a fraternity and I was in a sorority. And so we met at a party at his frat house. He was a Sigma Chi, I was Delta Gamma. So anyway, and he had given me, like normally you have paper cups of beer or whatever at those parties, but he had these really nice Pilsner glasses, I remember. And he had given me my beer in this beautiful glass. And anyway, so I thought it'd be funny to put, "You held out a beer and I took it." So I don't know, we'll see. But I love these flowers and everything up here, and I love the blues. Really pretty. So we'll see if I make that change. It probably wouldn't be hard because beer is 4 letters, hand is 4. I think I'm going to do that. And then if anybody actually reads it when it's on my wall, they'll get a chuckle. Yeah, so we always joke. He had a Pepsi sweatshirt that I loved, and I was cold that night when I first met him, and he let me wear his Pepsi sweatshirt, and he gave me a beer and this beautiful Pilsner glass. Okay, you know the way to my heart. Okay, so then I also got Fat Quarter Shop right now has all It's So Emma patterns, books, everything on sale. So this is the only stitch card set I didn't get before I joined the club. So I had thought I ordered it, but apparently I didn't. So I got that. Just a nice spring one to start. And then I joined, I've been watching Happy Little Stitch Shop's Floss Tubes a lot, Angela, and I really enjoy it. She's so sweet and positive, and it's just, I don't know, it's fun to watch. So they have a Prairie Schooler Santa monthly kind of club, and you'll just get all the Santas within a year. So every month you get like 2 or 3 Santa patterns. And then in November, I think of next year with Lori Holt, they're going to do like a Prairie Schooler Santa Stitch-along. So these are the ones I've gotten so far. The 2022 Santa, the 2021 Santa, and I love this one with all the woodland creatures. And Santa Revisited 2. And Santa Revisited, I guess, the first one. So on the 25th of the month, I should be stitching Santas. We'll see if that's what I do. I'm bad about doing that. I kind of am bad about doing any kind of a schedule. I just sit down and look at my stuff and I'm like, what do I feel like stitching? No matter how much I try to get on some kind of schedule, I just don't want to do that. Anyway, and then I had gotten this just because I liked it. I think I might have seen somebody on Instagram or something. But then Angela was saying her and Lori are going to do this as a stitch along. It's Prairie Schooler Garden Sampler. So I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I already have it. And I think they're doing this one, which is the reason I got it, was for this one. Although I love them all. I think I found mine on Etsy. And it says, into your garden you can walk, and with each plant and flower talk. And then it's got an alphabet down here, which I love. So I think Lori is going to be picking the flosses, and then Angela's going to have a floss pack of the flosses that Lori picks. So I'm waiting to hear about that. Okay, and then, I don't know, I was ordering some on Etsy, and I've been wanting this one, so I got French woolens. They're so cute. I love all French country kind of stuff. And then this was the free one I got when I ordered the bird one from Needle Love. These cool sunflowers. So that'll be really pretty to do. I put up sunflower stuff like after 4th of July for into fall. So that's really nice. And then, so that's all my haul. And then this stuff is just plans that I pulled out that I've been wanting to stitch. So there's a bunch in here. Shamrock Kisses. I really want to do all of these from Primrose Cottage. And then bee stuff. So Primrose Cottage, August 9 patch, which this would be really quick to do for a dough bowl. And then I had this all kitted up, the Primrose Cottage Hive Rules, in this cute bag. I think it is a Dot Goose bag. Yes, it is. And I kitted up with all the DMC. There it is. So I know there's a stitch along going on for this right now, so I would like to start that. I just need to see if I have the right fabric for it. Well, I also have this one, and they came out with a new bee one from Market that's so cute, so I really want to do all her bee ones. My Hatch in the Dining Room, which is blue and white, but the bee stuff looks really cool with it. Oh, I forgot to bring something up to show you. I'll have to show you next time. Anyway, so I would like to do bee stuff to sit all in there. I have a lot of Rae Dunn bee, like bee mugs and stuff. So yeah. So I'd like to do that. I was in the mood for a bunny. Now I'm doing that Stitching with the Housewives bunny jar, but I love this one too, Scattered Seed Sampler. She's got a bunch of bunny ones, and I think I have most of them. So I pulled this one out. I would like to start. I don't have much spring stitching. I need to get on that. And this one, luckily I went through my stuff and found it. I almost ordered it again. I did not remember having this Strawberry Fair, which I know a lot of people are doing this right now. So pretty. Oh, so pretty. And she's coming out with one that's a bee with a honey, what do you call a bee scap there, I guess. Really pretty. Tomato Tuesday, when I finish those two that I'm working on, I'm going to finally start this book. Christy at Crosshatch Quilts showed a bunch of these, and I've been seeing a bunch on Instagram, and I'm dying to do them. So yeah. Oh, and I want to welcome, I've gotten a bunch of new subscribers, so thank you so much and welcome. A lot of people came over from Christy's channel. I had made her, we've been friends and talked back and forth through Instagram, mostly about quilting actually, more than cross stitch, for a couple years. And she had moved into a new house, and so I had made her like a little housewarming gift that's like a little pillow that says Home Sweet Home on it. And she showed it on her Floss tube, and I got flooded with new subscribers. So welcome everybody. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you for checking me out. And to everybody, if you like what you see, please hit the like button and please subscribe, because you know it doesn't matter. I don't do this for any other reason than just to share stuff and for fun, but it's just kind of fun to see numbers go up. So anyway, so that is all my pattern plans in there, and then I have two kitted up. Now, so if you've watched me, I keep saying that, if you've watched me before, I had done what are they called? My hands-on design, Let's Talk Autumn, and framed it in this really cool vintagey kind of white frame, and I loved it. And I was hanging in my hallway, and it just looked so cool. And then I never did any of the other ones, so I had to take it down. You see a pattern. I have this problem with seasonal stitches, so I really want to get them done. So I was going to do winter. Well, now we're past winter, so I pulled out the Let's Talk Spring, and I'm going to start that, and I hope it goes faster than the autumn one did. I'm doing this on Lugana charcoal. I had done the other one on linen, and I really struggled with it. But I have learned that for black, I just have to stitch with my magnifying glass. Then I have no problem. So yeah, so I would like to start that, and I'm going to do it on 32 count Lugana, which I got a bunch of that, so I have that in here. I just need to pull the flosses. And this one I have had pulled forever to start. Plum Street Sampler's A Shepherd Song. And now I'm not going to remember her name either. Let's see if I can look it up. So another floss tuber and Instagram friend had started this, and I'm not going to remember the name right now. No, I'll put her down below. I always blank when I get on my video here. But anyway, I had seen it and wanted to start, and I said I was going to start along with her, and she stitches it on Mondays usually. Lisa Abby. Okay. So Lisa Abby was working on this, and hers is so pretty. So I pulled it, and I pulled the fabric. I'm going to do it on 36 count Color and Cotton Tuscan, another one I got from the Fabric Club. Really pretty. And so it calls for all different kinds of floss. So I was pulling the floss, but where I'm stuck is the pinks. So I had seen somebody on Instagram who did the Milk and Cream Company, but she brightened up the pinks a good bit. So you can see these pinks are pretty muted, which is really pretty, but I love pinks, so I wanted to brighten them up a little bit. So here's all the flosses I pulled, but let's see if I can get them out. I pulled a whole bunch of possible pinks, and I need to decide. I think that the called for pinks were kind of like that, like a real kind of muted pink, but I kind of want to go like this range right here. So I'm trying to decide. So I have like every pink, not every pink that I own, but I have a whole bunch of pinks here, and I just need to decide which ones I'm going to use. So I need to sit down and do that. Trying to see how many pinks there are. I think there's only 3 or 4 in here, so I really need to just do it, because I love that. I have, this house is black, and in my family room it's mostly white, but I have one big black table that holds my fish tank. That's like this old wood piece that I found somewhere, and so this would look so cool in that room. So I would like to get that started, so we'll see what happens next time. And I think that is it. I think that is it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I'm always at an hour. I'd love to keep it at 25 minutes, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So I hope you're all doing well. It's so good to be back and to talk with you. So if you stopped to watch my video, I appreciate it so much. If you're a new subscriber here, I appreciate you checking me out. I do videos about once a month. I would love to do them more, but that's probably not going to happen. I would like to do another quilt video, but I think I said that last time, so we'll see if I do. I have a ton of quilting I've been doing. I started working on Lori Holt's Calico Garden, and I'm determined I'm going to do it and fairly keep up. I mean, I'm already behind, but I have it all cut out, and I'm making I've been wanting to make design boards like her design boards, and they're just kind of expensive to buy, so I got a whole bunch of foam core board, and I've been cutting and making them. I have about 10 made so far. So I wanted to lay out like she does all the blocks on there, because I just think that works really nice. So I have the first block done. I'm almost done with the second one. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my progress with that. But I would like to stop and do a video, a quilty update at some point here. So we'll see if that happens or not. But I'm also working on socialites. I want to start the Riley Blake block of the month. I would be way behind, but I'm really loving the blocks that are coming out for that. So what I would love is Kim Deal's fabrics. I would love to get those because it really goes with this chair and all the colors I'm doing in this room, and have a quilt for this chair. So I'd love to do that for that. So I think I'm going to order the Kim Deal Right as Rain fat quarter bundle and do it with that. So we'll see about that. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.